Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at some of the worst instances of bands dissolving or losing their reputation thanks to the actions of one disgraced member.
But we know, if not intellectually, we know instantly that this is wrong.
Five Finger Death Punch, Ivan Moody.
I'm on the wrong side of heaven, and the righteous side of hell.
One of the most successful heavy metal bands of the 2010s, Five Finger Death Punch is tarnished by the controversial actions of frontman Ivan Moody. Moody was nearly fired from the band in the early 2010s, citing his alcohol use disorder and his subsequent erratic onstage behavior.
Bad company, I can't deny.
This behavior often disappointed fans, like when he cut a concert in Worcester short by falsely claiming that his mother was dying. In reality, he was too inebriated to continue performing. Moody has also faced a number of personal and legal issues, like continuously abusing his ex-wife, assaulting a flight attendant, and receiving restraining orders from his own mother and sister.
So I looked in the mirror and it was like Gollum. I was green and ugly and pale.
Luckily, Moody is not currently using substances and attempting to fix the band's reputation.
It really came down to legacy, man. How did I want to be remembered? And how did I want my kids to go through the rest of their lives answering for me?
Various, Johnny Craig. Some people are so contentious that they ruin every band they're in or were in. That's the case with vocalist Johnny Craig. He has been the subject of many allegations and run-ins with the law. For example, he stole thousands of dollars by pretending to sell a used MacBook on Twitter in order to fund his substance abuse disorder. He was subsequently kicked out of Dance Gavin Dance and Emarosa. Craig's time in the band Slaves was also marred by controversy, as multiple women, including his ex-fiancée, have accused Craig of sexual assault. This led to the band being dropped from their record label. They changed their name to Rain City Drive after becoming the third band to fire Craig in scandal. Gorgoroth, Gaul. Several Scandinavian black metal bands are represented on this list. Norwegian group Gorgoroth has faced a number of negative headlines throughout the years, with many stemming from former frontman Gaul.
Church burnings and all these things are, of course, a thing that I support 100%.
Real name Christian Espadar, Gaul has been to prison at least twice for assault. The first sentence was handed down in 2002 and the next in 2004. In the latter incident, Gaul reportedly kept his victim prisoner and abused him for lengthy periods of time while collecting his blood in a cup.
But Gaul claims it was just to prevent it from getting on his carpet.
He was sentenced to 14 months in prison. Not long after, Gaul attempted to remove founding member Infernus from the group, but this only resulted in his own termination. Dissection, Jan Nordtveit. We go from Norway to Sweden for Dissection, which was co-founded by Jan Nordtveit in the late 80s. The band released 2 albums, but hit a major impasse in 1997 when Nordtveit was sent to prison for murder. In the summer of that year, a gay Algerian man named Youssef Ben Medour was found dead in Gothenburg's Katlers Park. The 2 perpetrators were Nordtveit and another metal musician named Vlad, who supposedly killed the man owing to their homophobic beliefs.
But when you go deeper into it, some people realize that this has gone way too far.
Nordtveit was sentenced to 10 years in prison, but was released early in 2004. Dissection released 1 more album following his release, but split for good in 2006. Less than 2 months after their final show, Nordtveit took his own life. Hedley, Jacob Hogard.
Was it something I said or just my personality?
Hedley was enormously popular in their native Canada, scoring 9 top 10 hits. Part of this success is due to their music, while part of it stems from the popularity of frontman Jacob Hogarth, who competed on Canadian Idol back in 2004.
Still miss you, baby, and I don't wanna mess with that.
However, the band's career came to a startling end in 2018 when multiple members were accused of sexual misconduct. They admitted that they engaged in certain rock and roll cliches, but denied that they did anything illegal. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case with Hogarth, who was personally charged with sexual assault and sentenced to 5 years in prison. In the midst of the controversy, Hedley was fired by their management team and entered an indefinite hiatus.
The judge also told the court that while 38-year-old Hogarth is no longer a rock star, having lost his career as a singer with the band Hedley as a result of these charges, she believes that Hogarth still poses a risk in the future.
Emperor, Faust. We return to Norwegian black metal for the story of Faust. Faust was heavily involved in the black metal scene, providing the lyrics for Zyklone and drumming for Emperor. Their debut album, In the Nightside Eclipse, was released in 1994 and is widely considered one of the most influential black metal albums in history. Unfortunately, Faust wasn't around to enjoy it.
Ja, I Eidsivating lagmannsrett en 19 år gammel mann funnet skyldig I overlagt drap på Magne Andreassen I OL.
Back in 1992, Faust killed a gay man named Magne Andreassen after being propositioned. He later confessed to the murder and was sentenced to 14 years in prison. He served 9.
19-åringen ble også dømt for å ha satt fyr på Holmenkollen kapell sammen med 2 venner fra det såkalte satanistmiljøet.
And while Emperor is still highly regarded within the black metal scene, Faust's time with the band is regarded as an unfortunate sore spot. The Mamas and the Papas. John Phillips. A major part of the late 60s counterculture, the Mamas and the Papas scored 6 top 10 singles, including the multi-platinum California Dreamin'. The band was led by John Phillips, who passed away in 2001 at the age of 65. But both his and the band's reputation took a major hit in 2009. That's when his daughter Mackenzie revealed that she and her father shared an inappropriate relationship throughout the 70s and 80s.
You know, you tell yourself there's a video loop in your head of this event, this occurrence, this moment in time. And I have spent the last 31 years trying not to look at it.
She also claims that Phillips injected her with various substances and may have even fathered a child with her, but she received an abortion before the child was born. Some people, including Phillips's ex-wives and Mackenzie's half-sister, deny the allegations.
She said, my mother told me that this happened, Genevieve, and I said, yes, it did be, and this is something that you need to know because I'm not going to lie to you. She went, I would say, hysterical.
Others, including Phillips's bandmate Denny Doherty, have corroborated the story. Mayhem. Varg Vikernes. Mayhem was hugely influential within the black metal scene, but infamous for their many gruesome scandals.
Everything has to lose. Everything has to die.
The breaking point came after Varg Vikernes of the acclaimed solo project Burzum joined the band on bass. His volatile relationship with Euronymous, real name Eystein Orshet, ended with Vikernes murdering the guitarist during an altercation on August 10, 1993. One of the biggest scandals in black metal history temporarily broke up Mayhem and landed the killer in prison until 2009. But that's not all.
Skyldig I å ha antent Holmenkollen kapell I Oslo, Skjold kirke I Rogaland, Åsane kirke og brannforsøk på Storetveit kirke, begge I Bergen.
Vikernes also has a history of church arson and extremist ideology, even founding a neo-Nazi organization while in prison. Despite the cultural importance of his work with Burzum and Mayhem, the already controversial music is further blackened by Vikernes' name.
Sure, the truth is out there. I know some like some X-Files, but the truth is, of course, to be found. But in a sea of lies, it's just impossible to find it.
As I Lay Dying, Tim Lambesis. One of the essential metalcore bands, As I Lay Dying has been nominated for a Grammy, and their albums, An Ocean Between Us and The Powerless Rise, hit the top 10 on the Billboard 200. but their output slowed in the 2010s. And that's thanks to the actions of frontman Tim Lambesis. In May of 2013, Lambesis hired a hitman to kill his ex-wife Megan Murphy. Fortunately for his wife, this hitman was an undercover police officer, and Lambesis was arrested for soliciting murder.
But this morning, the allegations are no laughing matter. The rocker who sang about his Christian faith could now face 9 years in prison.
He pled guilty and was sentenced to 6 years in prison, but he served only 2 and has since returned to the band. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Lost Prophets, Ian Watkins. Lost Prophets was on an upward trajectory until frontman Ian Watkins ruined it all. The band saw great success in the 2000s, scoring 2 UK top 10s and selling over 3 million albums. And then the horrible news broke.
This investigation has uncovered the most shocking and harrowing.
The world learned the disgusting truth about Watkins on December 19th, 2012. And while the charges are way too awful to relay here, they were enough to send him away for almost 3 decades. The band released a statement distancing themselves from Watkins, and they officially disbanded in October 2013. As for Watkins, he pled guilty and was given 29 years in prison, with the judge claiming that his story plunged into new depths of depravity. Do you still listen to these bands, despite the controversy? Let us know in the comments below.
Hi kids, welcome to Town Time. We have an amazing show for you today. We're going to learn all sorts of important lessons.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.